Hello everyone, once again welcome to my channel. We are still talking about surds, but now we want to establish the relationship between surds and trigonometry. Sometimes you might be told to give an exact value of a trigonometric ratio without using a calculator or mathematical tables. So how are you supposed to approach such a kind of a question? For example, look at this one. They tell you to find the exact value of each of the following. Without using calculator or mathematical tables. I think this is a KCSE format question. Number one, they give you sine of 45. So whenever you see 45 degrees, you think of a right-angled triangle. You think of a right-angled triangle because a unit right-angled triangle looks like this. So if this is 90 degrees, this one will be 45. This one will also be 45. Okay? This is 1 unit and this is 1 unit. Hope you understand what I'm talking about. 90 plus 45 plus 45, that gives 180 degrees, the sum of angles in a triangle. We are using what we call unit right angle triangle. This side is 1 unit, this side is also 1 unit. This is 90, this is 45, this is 45. I'm using 45 because of this. So using Pythagoras theorem, 1 squared plus 1 squared, this plus this gives the hypotenuse. So this is 1 squared is 1, 1 squared is 1. So the hypotenuse is going to be 1 plus 1 under the root. I believe you understand what I've done here. Pythagoras theorem is written like this: hypotenuse squared equals to a squared plus b squared. So if I want to get c without the square, I get square root of this. That's exactly what I've done here to get the hypotenuse. Okay? Then we factor in the idea of trigonometric ratios formula. This one. Sine is given by opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cosine is given by adjacent of hypotenuse. Tangent is given by opposite of adjacent sides. Therefore, sine of 45 degrees is the same as opposite side. Okay, let us label these sides. This side is adjacent to 45. This side here is opposite to 45. And this one is hypotenuse. Okay? So for us to get sine of 45, we are taking opposite, which is 1 unit, over hypotenuse, which is root 2. Since they have told you don't use a calculator, don't use mathematical table. So this is the answer. But you don't live like that. Sometimes they might tell you to rationalize this answer. How do you rationalize? the denominator by removing a irrational denominator from here. So you're going to have this. What I'm saying is that the answer can be in this form, or you can rationalize to get this. 1 times this is root 2. This time this is root 4. 2 times 2 under the root. So you get root 2 over root 4 is 2. So the answer could be this or this one, depending on how they have specify your answer to look like. Okay? Let me give another question. Without using a calculator or mathematical tables, I want you to find the value of tangent of 30. Tangent of 30 degrees. So 30 degrees, you use this type of triangle. You use 2-unit triangle, equilateral triangle, sorry. You use 2-unit equilateral triangle. It looks like this. An equilateral triangle is a triangle in which all the angles, each angle is 60 degrees. All the angles are equal. So if this is 2 units, this is 2 units, this is 2 units, this is supposed to be 60, this one is supposed to be 60, this one is supposed to be 60, but yeah, 60 degrees, 60 degrees, 60 degrees. But here we have 30 degrees, meaning we will divide one of these angles to get that. For example, you can divide this one this way. You can bisect this angle to have 30 on this side, 30 degrees on this side, and 30 degrees on this side. Okay? Bisect means you are going to have right angle here. So since we have bisected these 2 units, we will have 1 unit on this side and 1 unit on this side. Okay? Hope you are following that one carefully. So we have this right angled triangle, and we also have this right angled triangle here. We will still use Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem. If this is C, this is A, this is B. We know that C squared equals to A squared plus B squared. That one we know. Now here we have C is given, B is given. What we are lacking is A. So we make A the subject of the formula. We can bring the B squared this side, so that A squared is C squared minus B squared. That's simple algebra, collection of like terms, rearrangement of terms, sorry. So to get A squared, this side, let's say this one is A, the height. A squared is going to be C squared, which is 2 squared, minus B squared, which is 1 squared. Now A squared is 2 squared is 4, 1 squared is 1. So A squared is 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. Now to get A, find square root of 3, which gives an irrational root. So you put here root of 3. Now you have 2 units 1 unit, and then root of 3 units. Okay? Now, this is tangent of 30 degrees. We are going to use these formulas. Tangent of an angle is given by opposite side divided by adjacent side. Using 30 degrees, this side is going to be hypotenuse, and this side is opposite to 30. This side is opposite, and the height here, this height is adjacent to 30. This height is adjacent. You see this one? So hypotenuse, opposite, adjacent. Okay? So tangent of 30 is given by opposite side, which is 1 unit, over adjacent side, which is root 3, adjacent to 30, root 3. So you can leave the answer like that, or if they tell you to rationalize the answer, you can do it this way, times root 3 times root 3, up and down. So 1 times root 3 is root 3. Root 3 times root 3 is root 9. 3 times 3 under the root. So square root of 9 is 3. So it is root 3 over 3 as the final answer. Hope you got that one clearly. If you want to understand, you can pause the video to internalize every single concept that I'm talking about. Another one is cosine of 60. Cosine of 60 degrees. I think you're still going to use the same equilateral triangle. Now you know how to draw it. It must be 2 units. So we have divided to have 30, 30, 60, 60. And we have said this is 2, this is 2, this is 1, this is 1, this is 3. You have seen what I've done. Then you have this. Never forget this. We are talking about cosine, so it is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Adjacent of what? Adjacent of 60. So we are not talking about that, we are talking about 60. So this one always will be hypotenuse, the longest side. And then look, 60 is here and this side is adjacent to it. And 60 is here, you cross this side, you get opposite. You see that? This side is opposite. This height is opposite to 60. Okay? So cosine of 60, therefore cosine of 60 degrees is going to be adjacent, which is 1 unit, over hypotenuse, which is 2. Okay? Now this one, there's no need of rationalizing the denominator because the denominator is already a whole number, a rational number. You can confirm with your calculator. A half is the same as 0.5. Cosine of 60 is 0.5 on your calculator. Let me look for another one. There is this one also, 1 over sine of 45. 1 over sine of 45. When you see 45, you just draw a right angled triangle. 1 unit, 1 unit. This is 45 degrees. This is also 45. 1 squared plus 1 squared is 1, then the root of that one will be here. You remember that? So sine, cosine, and tangent. Sine of 45. So we're using this 45. This one is adjacent to it. This one is opposite to it. And this one is hypotenuse. So sine of 45 is what? Opposite side, which is 1, over hypotenuse, which is root 2. Therefore, 1 over sine of 45 is 1 over this. Okay? 1 over sine of 45 is 1 over what we got here. So that is, can rewrite it this way, 1 over root 2. You can multiply here by root 2, here by root 2. So root 2 cancels root 2. You see that? So that you have 1 times root 2 is root 2. Then I've said root 2 cancels root 2, you have 1. So the answer is just root 2. The answer is just root 2. You can see that one clearly. So I'm going to bring this one. We also have 3 over tangent of 30. 3 over tangent of 30 degrees. 30 is half of 60, so you draw equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle. So this is 60, 60, and this one is also 60, so you divide to get 30, 30. You bisect to get 30 and 30. I've told you this is 2, this is 2, this is 1, this is 1, and this is 3. Now you understand how I got those things. Should be in a position to derive it. So you have this. Tangent of 30. This side is opposite 30. This is the hypotenuse. And this side is adjacent. So tangent of 30 degrees is opposite, which is 1, over adjacent, which is root 3. And therefore, 3 over tangent of 30 is the same as 3 over this. 3. So this is what you can do. 3 over 1 over root 3, multiply here by root 3, multiply here by root 3, so that root 3 cancels out root 3, and the numerator has 3 root 3. Then when root 3 cancels root 3, I have 1 left. You see that? So the final thing is 3 root 3. 3 root 3. Is there a challenging one? Let me see. also give you such kind of a question. For example, find x. They give you this triangle. Give you this triangle. This is 45, and x is here, and they tell you this is 5 centimeters. Give your answer in sad form. Okay, so here you can't use Pythagoras theorem because we only have one known side. If we are given two sides, this and this, for example, we'll use Pythagoras theorem, but only one side is given with an included angle. So we use trigonometry. Solution. We are going to use trigonometry. How do we get these trigonometric ratios? We label this one, given this angle here, when you cross to this side, we have opposite side. Down here, we have adjacent. Adjacent means next to. You see that? Then this is hypotenuse. So this question is asking x, we are asking h, hypotenuse, and we are given opposite. So they are asking hypotenuse, and what we have is opposite. So we pick a trigonometric ratio that has hypotenuse and opposite in it. That is sine. Okay? So sine of 45 is given by opposite side, which is 5, over hypotenuse. But they have said you leave your answer in surd form, meaning you don't use a calculator or a mathematical table. So, what are we going to do here? Previously, I have told you that whenever we have 45, 1, 1, this is 2. Sine of 45 is given by opposite divided by hypotenuse, which is 42. So we bring this one and substitute here. 1 over root 2 equals to 5 over x. You can cross multiply. This time this is x, and this time this is 5 root 2. So that is your answer. So the value of x is 5 root 2. I'm hoping that this video is helpful in various ways for those who are preparing for KCSE exams. If you want anything regarding this or any challenging question you want my assistance, you can just reach out to me in my comment section, and please share, subscribe, and like my videos. Thank you for your time. See you next time.